data. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Took me a second to figure this out. Let's go over some stocks. This one, GNLX, up 20%. Oh wow, this thing died. Now it's starting to move though. Just put this over here. Just making sure everything's working. Alright guys, go over some levels real quick. Let's hit some of the main ones. We'll go over some of the other ones as well. QQQs. Just be aware you're trading at all-time highs. That's the big thing right now. So we're trading at all-time highs. Just make sure the volume's working. Trading at all-time highs. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, good. So we're trading at all-time highs right now. Just put this in, why not? Alright, cool. Alright, so looking at this, we got Qs all-time highs, 557. This is why I just tell you guys, you know, in my YouTube portfolio, we are always constantly dollar cost averaging, and we're just buying the dips as it's going through. Can't go wrong with that move. Always a solid move to just dollar cost average if you don't want to day trade. I do that with a mix of day trading. I do it with a mix of day trading, swing trading, and then long-term investing as well. But right now we got to watch this level at the 540. You have multiple touch points here. And now looking at it here, 557 is your touch point here. Let's see where it can go from there. Looking at JetBlue, I just want to cover JetBlue real quick. JetBlue is a stock that if you just look at it on a 1-year chart, I'm sorry, 5-year chart, you'll notice that if you can get these dips around $3.60, $3, $4, you normally get doubles. I mean, look at these moves. Just buying around there, go up there, it's 92%. Then if you were to buy again, just at these levels at 450, back up here, it's another 74%. There's definitely a lot of opportunity when it comes to these stocks, especially something like JetBlue. So cheap, $4, $5. Let's watch level 4.5. We can break that today. GNLX, I'm looking at that stock you were talking about. Meanwhile, it did have a big pop. Looking at the news on it, it says that they appointed a new general counsel, and the press release announces it's just new general counsel, so I guess maybe that's the big news for it. But just keep in mind, 5.8 all the way down to $2. Now it's starting to pull back. This is definitely something to keep an eye on, but I mean, it has died. I mean, this is a pump and dump to the max. But if you're looking, you got some spare change you want to trade with, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. The volume looks pretty low on it though. It looks pretty dead. IWM, keep an eye on it. Five-year chart. We bought the dip in April, 170 back up 220. Looking good with those gains. I think that was 30% in 3 months. Let me just see. And that's off an ETF. Yeah, 30% in 3 months. So that's been an excellent return. Want to see pullbacks to 190, but right now we are continuously moving up higher. Greed index is higher, 225 right there. BBAI stock, you know, we sold up in this area, right up in here. We had this consolidation, and I actually pulled out right here around 6.8. Starting to pull up higher, but we got to see if we can actually hold this level now. So let's definitely keep an eye on it. I have alerts set, but I just had these nasty breakouts, $10 all the way down to about $2 per share, down 80 to 70%. So you just have to be cautious with this. I'm not interested in BBAI until we get some real news. I want to see it pull back a minimum of at least 40 to 45%. So I'm going to continue just being patient with it. And if BBAI goes down, then we know that PLTR is probably going to sell off here. PLTR would have to probably sell off down to $100 per share for BBAI to die, because they pretty much trade co-admittedly. Tesla, I just want to break down Tesla real quick. If you're trading Tesla, just be very cautious. You're trading in this zone. Let me see if it's died already. Oh, it's at 298. All it takes is a tweet with Tesla, which is pretty frustrating. So when it comes to it, it's hard to trade this based on technicals, but looking at the technicals here, it has been respecting the 288 level. You've had multiple touch points at 288, and you really need to get above, I would honestly say above 312. If you can get above 312, let's move this down. This is really the zone that you're trading Tesla in right now. So if you're going to be trading them, you're almost safer waiting for it to break out of this range. This range is very difficult to trade. You do have a gap fill. This is a gap fill for those new traders right here from 300 all the way up to 312. This will get filled at some point. I'm not sure when, but you have earnings in 14 days. That could be a catalyst right there. So be cautious with that. But in the meantime, it looks pretty bearish. It's selling off. I mean, this is only in a few days. You had to sell off from 360 all the way down to 288, 20% within a few days. So just be cautious. Let's see if we can get a pop. If you get a pop, look for your shorts around that 312 range. It's got to hold 300, consolidate at 312, and then sell off. We'll see what happens at the open if we're still live streaming during that. We'll see how it does. Microsoft at 500, making new highs. I'm glad we bought that dip at 350 in April. That was an amazing buy. Let's just continue to watch. It's trading at the top of this channel. This would be somewhere that I'd be looking to potentially sell if, but I'm just going to hold it because I'm holding them long term. But it's definitely something to be aware of. Let's get rid of that. And Microsoft, I'd be looking to buy like at 440, 430 to re-add, but I'm not going to buy at 500. Nike stock has a great break and retest right now happening. You can see, looking at the 6-month chart, we've had retests around this $70 per share. You had this nice bear flag that formed right here. So now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for that retest. So let's see if we get it looks like we're consolidating and then a pull back down to 70. Consolidation, look for the bounce off there. I will add probably at $70 on Nike in my long-term portfolio, looking for that as well. Next, I want to go over Google stock. Google stock is following this trend. So whether you look at Google on a 5-year chart and see this, you cannot deny the fact that it is just traveling up this pattern right now. It's constantly just moving up. This is what we're looking for. I'm going to continue to add on the dips. Resistance, I believe. Oh, I'm offline. Is it working now? What happened to my... There we go. I think it's working now. I think my connection dropped. Chat disconnected. Let me see if it just makes sure it's still working. Connection dropped. There we go. Okay, good. I think it's working now. All right. So just looking at it, it's been following up here. If we continue to go up here and rise up, that's okay, but you got to be aware of the 180 resistance level. Pulling back here to 174, it's got to hold that line. Home Depot stock, a stock I continue to buy. Just realize you are trading within this zone of 377 down to 330. It's got to get above this 380 to really make any meaningful momentum. UNH stock, I believe it's pulling back in the after hours. It's at 30 in the pre-market. It's at 303 right now. Look for a leg lower, but when you look at this chart, there is support here right around this $300 level. So if it does break 300, I'll be looking for a scalp, 288, 299, back to 300 for that retest. If you really just want to be patient with it and not trade it, wait for a move above 312 Consolidation, push higher. On the contrary, you could look for this move as well. Look for the push below 299 and then retest and then back lower. That's a safer way to make your entries instead of guessing. Use the break and retest strategy. It's the best way to do it. APLD. We drew this out a while ago. I think I was live streaming just for the WAP, but looking right here, you have this consolidation that's happening, and now it is starting to make lower lows. APLD, I am waiting for it to break down and go down to $7 per share. If it gets down to $7 per share, then I'll be looking for that. All right, so just continuously watching it. It looks like it's starting to get weaker, and let's see it sell off down to $7 per share. That would be nice to start actually looking at it, setting alerts. Intel stock, this stock is such a piece of garbage. Every time I hold it, it sells off. I sell it for a small gain, and then I'm not watching it for a little bit, and then it just magically goes up 3 points. Intel is I feel like one of the most difficult stocks to go long on, because it really just has these violent sell-offs. 27 down to 19, 26 down to 18. I kind of stay away from Intel. It's almost taken my soul a few times, so I let it be. Amazon stock. Jay Young, just review. I just reviewed APLD just before. And then you have right here, Amazon is a stock that I'm honestly considering, if we can get any pullbacks on this, just continue buying them. I just feel like with their robotics, what they're doing with their manufacturing, it's just a no-brainer almost to continue buying these guys. I want to see them get down to the 200 range. I don't know if I'll get it, but I'm just going to be patient. I'll set the alerts. Just look at the 5-year chart on this. This thing is a beast. $81, $242, down to $165, back up to $220. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to be patient with them. Looks pretty decent, though, otherwise. Next, I want to go over AM. Why is my connection dying? What's going on there? There he is. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I was looking at AMD. AMD has a potential setup here going. And it's at like 133-ish range is what I was looking at. Let me just draw this out for you so you can see. AMD, want to see a retest of that level, 140 back down to 133, 134. Wouldn't be opposed to taking a stab at that. Let me see this. Moderation. The foundation for your solo. You know what that is. SPLG, baby. S&P is your foundation. AMC, this stock has really died. If you look at the max of this chart, I remember trading this stock back in the day, and it's just wild. 300 down all the way to $2.90. Talk about getting pumped. Now it's down to 290. It's really got to hold this 265 level. I'm not too well versed with AMC. I haven't really traded them too much. It's been a while, probably been years. IWM. Jay Young's an IWM kind of guy that likes the small cap ETFs. This is Ford, $11, trading within this range, which is clear as day. So if you want to trade Ford, just realize you trade from a $9 range to a $13 range. That's the range you're in. And this has been for the last 4 years, 5 years, just trading from $8 to 13, $8 to 13. Jay Young can't make up his mind on what he's going to invest in. See, that's called analysis paralysis. You see too many ETFs, too many stocks. You just got to stick to a fund and just continue buying. Over time, you'll make money as long as you pick something decent. Let's see here. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. You're looking at United Health. It makes you wonder if this is going to be a potential for a just bear flag forming on this. I mean, but it's too thin to tell. We'll see how it does at the open, looking at this thing. What are the stocks you want? Jay Young, what stocks are you looking at? I think BBAI might be out of our reach, guys. I mean, now it's literally $7 per share. It's like a shame. It's crazy how much it's died. Trying to see if... not bad. All right. We'll definitely we'll make another purchase most likely in the YouTube portfolio today. We have some spare change, so we'll definitely buy an extra $2,000. We'll see where we're gonna put it into. I really like United Healthcare at these levels. It's very, for me, it's like a no-brainer to continue adding to them. Let me see here, PayPal. Yeah, PayPal, we were reviewing these levels in the WAP and looking at it here. I mean, I'm just so picky. I want to get them cheaper, 68 bucks. I would like it under $70 would be nice. I mean, we're just trading within this zone, in this massive sell-off. If it can break and retest this level, which it is, I would buy a little higher. That's why I kind of say like $70 to $72 would be the entry. We had this break, retest down to 68, and then it really fully retests right here at 68 again, and now it's making up. So if we can get a move back down to here like 69, 70, then the push up, I'd be looking for that. VRT, what is this? What is VRT? VRT. This guy, he's buying things at the high. He's buying them at the high. VRT price target raised to 110. NVIDIA VRT got it. Oh, CoreWeave. Yeah, this news with Tesla is honestly unbelievable. So it just shows you that tweets, you know, it looks like just with all the back and forth with the tweeting and him and that analyst Wedbush posting on X to shut up, and then Wedbush giving him advice on, just to get more on Tesla because he thinks this is the most pivotal point right now with what's going on with the FSD and AI and the robots. It's very interesting. I mean, I think people are going to get some clear answers in a few weeks because we do have earnings coming out. And I really think that is going to break this level right here that you see at the 288 or the 312. It's going to make its mind there. I would expect like at least a 9 to 10% move. So it will be interesting just to kind of see how it plays out. Do want to see how this plays out too. United Healthcare trading right at this level as well. Will be interesting to see. So we got 2 minutes to the bell. Guys, if there's a stock that you want on this live stream, just post it on the chat. We'll keep it up during it right now. Live stream up here. Let's see. What is VO right now? Oh wow, 572. That's wild. It's crazy how much this is going up. Wild. C3 AI is blasting up right now. We'll move to that in a second. Just want to do something. BTBT. Yeah, I was thinking BTBT was going to get some momentum here off of BMMR. Let me just give some guys some context here. BMNR had a run up, obviously, in the last like month, not even, from $4 up to 160, and they believe that this Bitcoin Digital Inc. is going to run as well based on a sentiment play. So very interesting play on that. I'm going to look at Kava calls with you in a sec, Jay Young. I just want to see BTBT. See if there's anything obvious here. It's obviously $4 resistance is here, right at this level. So definitely see how that plays out. Just grab my other phone right back. Kava, $90 call. What's your expiration, Jay Young? This guy loves his Chipotle type companies. Yeah, so BTBT, definitely watch for this break on the $4 right here. If you can break through this, you're going to get a pop to 420 real quick. Starting to reject. We'll see how it does. You know what's crazy? The stock that's really been selling off a lot has been Baba. Baba's really sold off. I mean, look at this. Constant right now. What is the news with Baba? I have these guys in the YouTube portfolio. Former Apple employee. January. You see what you're doing there, Jay Young? What's the cost of it? Just adding to UNH for the long term here. Looking at BABA as well. I'm going to add some BABA to my YouTube portfolio as well. This might have some more downside though, looking at this. Oof, I think it's really sold off. We got a lower cost basis around like $84, so I'm not opposed to adding. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, UNH is starting to be a bigger allocation now in the portfolio, which is nice. I like that. BABA is still very small allocation. That's why I want to add some. It's in the red, which is good. Add some of them too. And this is what I mean about Tesla. I mean, Tesla cannot get above this 300. I mean, look at this rejection right here. It's disgusting. Goes right down to 296, back up to 300. Elon posts a tweet, and then boom, we die. Let me just send this YouTube portfolio to the WAP just so they can see the updated positions. Guys, I'm just going to post another YouTube portfolio as usual. We added... Let me just put this in for you guys. The YouTube portfolio is hitting a new high right now, which is awesome. Yeah, YouTube portfolio is up 18% this year, which is awesome. That looks good. Let me just go back on this. CNC continues to make lower lows, it looks like. Look at that. Oof. How the cheap can get cheaper here. Look at that bad boy. All the way down, $80 down to 32. Some people saying it's a buying opportunity. I feel like this is like buying a fallen knife and praying it goes back up. I mean, look at this. It's terrible. If anything, you gotta look for like $25 as a psychological support, and that doesn't even, you know, doesn't mean anything, you know? It's wild. Yeah, if you're going to do these calls on Kava, hopefully you can get a pullback to at least 87 and then make your entry maybe. GNLX, another stock we were looking at. This one is pulling back a little bit. The volume is like dead on this thing though, so it's very hard to trade a stock like that. PLTR is pulling back, so I'm going to assume BBAI is pulling back as well. Let's take a look. Look at that. Looks like the same chart. Trying to get back to the chat. There it is. BTBT reject that $4 coming down. But you know what continues to go higher? Dollar cost averaging into the S&P 500. Look at the VOO just going up and up and up. It's incredible. That's why it's tough. It's like sometimes you buy these individual stocks and you get killed on them, and then you realize just buying the S&P 500 sometimes works better. It's a crazy game. So I'm glad we bought that dip on UNH. I just posted that to the WAP. Bought the dip around 301.5. Now, it's a long-term buy. It's not a scalp. So I really probably would have sold it already if it was a scalp because it went up like 3 points. But it's not a bad cost basis. We're building the position up. Collect the divvy in the meantime. You guys see it on the WAP. Most of the portfolio is green, except Home Depot is basically break even right now. But we still collect a divvy on that, so we're okay with that. And I was looking at the dividend for Home Depot. Home Depot pays a nice dividend. Looking at them, they get a, let me see here, 2.5% dividend. So not bad. So I'm okay with it. No issues with that. And then I was trying to look for, let me see, Tesla earnings day. Yeah, it looks like July 23rd is going to be Tesla earnings. So that will be very interesting. And do I think I bought the low on UNH? No, I mean, I don't think so. But the thing is, I'm holding this long term, and if I have a 5-year outlook, I'm giving it 5 years to get back up here, 100% return. I'm okay with that. He needs to add 22 more shares. Let's see. Yeah, it's way too high. Dude, you're trading at the top of this channel, man. You don't need to buy anything. I would not be buying this right now. Look at this. If you want to buy more of JPM, there's nothing wrong with that. But why are you buying at the top? Look at what it does, dude. Right at the top of 277, sells back to 100. Just touch 300. Let it pull back. Get it pulled back to like 265. This guy. Unbelievable. You've been in the WAP the longest. You think you gotta, this is rookie numbers too. You know this already. So guys, newer traders, just so you're seeing, what I like to do is, we'll use Jay Young as an example, right? He wants to buy this stock. I'll make 3 lines. All right. So to draw the long-term trend, this is very easy for any trader. Draw the long-term trend, any stock you like. Now you're looking at it. You say, okay, this is the stock I want to invest in. And you can see that it has a clear path of going like this. When do you want to buy this? You got to remember, it goes by months: July, August, September, October, November. So what you want to do is you want to wait for these pullbacks, either to the yellow to start dollar cost averaging in. You know, you chip it in, you buy with $1,000 bucks, you buy $100 here, another $100 here, another 300 down here. Then what you do, starts going back up by another $100, and then you follow the trend up as you go. And that's how I would say it. So hold off on your JPM purchase. Let it retest. It's holding this level. Let's see if we can get a pullback a little bit deeper. The deeper you can, the better it is. It just takes longer. That's the whole thing. It takes patience. You got to set your alerts. And at 190, 200, we're going to have something really wrong with the company, though, most likely. That's the problem. Another rejection by Elon. This is going to make lower lows today. The stock is just not doing well. Then also looking at, where's the next one? I'm telling you, J Blue is something that we messed up J Blue. J Blue, we fumbled badly. We called out 3.75, and that was not long ago. That was within this month. And we missed it. 3.84 is what it went to. And we should have been entering a position. We moved back up there. It was 18% in a week. So we had the right call on the WAP. But it is what it is. There's always opportunities in the market. I really feel like Google is the play. This is the play. I'm buying them like crazy in the YouTube portfolio. They're bouncing off of these support levels. Yeah, it dipped a little bit below, regained it right away. Boom. Now we're on our way off to the races. Let's get back up above 180. My prediction by the end of the year was 200. So let's see. If we can get to 200 at these levels of 176, that would be a 15% gain. Fortune, I really like Amazon, and I think Amazon is not a stock that you really should day trade. I think it's something that you should just buy and hold and set and forget. And every time that you get dips, you should be thanking it, because this company is probably the top 1 or 2 companies in the world. And what I like about them is they're not afraid to try new things. They're always going into different businesses. They're trying to take over every business there is, and they will spend money, but the way they do it is they always show that they have revenue. So overall, you look at their revenue is always incredible, and they find ways to increase their earnings per share while increasing revenue. It just takes time. Amazon, would I be buying right here? Not necessarily. I feel like I would want to wait for a pullback, but does that mean that maybe, every month out of your bills, if you have some spare change, you start building up some cash that you could allocate to Amazon when you get dips, because your upside to the highs is only 8% right now, whereas your lows back to 200 would be a 10% pullback. So I wouldn't buy Amazon right now unless you're day trading it. I could understand this move. You had a break of this 218 level. If you're holding 218, then you could be looking like, look right here. You see on this 1 month I'm showing you, you can see right here on this chart, you have consolidation rejection right there. And then right here at this part, you started to finally form that level of support. So you could look to trade this zone now, knowing that 218 would be your stop loss if you're going to be day trading it. And you could be trading within this zone. I personally would not do that right now, but it's something that could be said. You could be trying to play the bounces off of here. But you got to see what the sentiment is, because if the overall market sentiment with the tariffs goes down, the real trade that I like would be this. We start pulling off, let's say the Trump tariff news is negative, it breaks 218, and then retests up here, and then fails. That would be a move right there. If the Trump tariffs all work out, everybody's hunky-dory, the market likes it, we get above 225, consolidation, and then look for that move higher. Those are the 2 trades that I would be looking for with Amazon right now that's trading in this consolidation zone. You're sitting tight and waiting for those 2 moves. That's what I would do. So I hope that helps. PLTR, man. PLTR. The what is the word they use for the PLTR? Let me see. PLTR. the Planetars or something they call them. The Planeteers or something they call them. This is a company that I used to own this at $6. I sold at 30, and then it just went on without me. It's very tough. I mean, you made great gains in this. I would definitely keep runners at least in PLTR. I mean, you just don't know where it's going to go. Looking at the max, I mean, look at that. There's no ceiling right now. It's never traded higher than this. It could continue. Who knows? Do I think it's completely overbought? Yeah, absolutely. You know? So, FSPGX is not an ETF. It's an index fund. And FSPGX is a growth fund. So if you buy FSPGX and you put a buy order in, it's not going to buy until the end of the day, just so you know. It's not like an ETF where where you trade it like a stock and you can buy it during market hours. Just so that's clear for everybody. Yeah, no, I mean, if you have gains in PLTR, good for you, man. That's awesome. I definitely let it play out. It's got to break this 125 to show that it's weak. Right now, it's bullish. Let it run. HIMS is a wild stock to trade. I mean, you definitely have some risk aversity if you can trade it. HIMS bounced beautifully off that $42 level. Let's see if it can hold $50. If it gets above $50, then you'll be able to start making your move back up to $55. So definitely keep an eye out on that. Why is FSPGX an index fund? I don't know. I don't make this stuff up, man. That's just what it is. It literally says Fidelity Large Cap Growth Index Fund under FSPGX. All right, guys, I gotta run to the Apple store. Yeah, no problem, Fortune. Anytime, man. I gotta run to the Apple store. My phone broke, so I dropped it. So we gotta get it fixed. If there's any stocks you want me to review, I'll do it now for the next 2-3 minutes. And then I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta get this phone fixed. BABA is interesting, though. I don't know. I'm gonna continue dollar cost averaging in them. It's the only really China stock I own. I do feel like they are the next Amazon. I just don't like all the government regulations. That's what I don't like about them. So it's definitely higher risk. That's why I only keep them like 3% of the portfolio. So just something to think about. Fair Isaac Corp. What is this, Jaeyoung? What is this stock? Yeah, that's the thing. Jaeyoung, I don't even know what FICO is. I gotta look this up. FICO stock. What is this? Oh, your credit score? Yeah, I'm not buying that. I didn't realize this is like an actual. They were public. Yeah, I like BABA. The real guys that I like in the future, Amazon, I love. HIMS, I like if you can get it at a lower cost basis. If you can get this like cost basis 25, I'm all about it. BBAI, I'm going to wait till it breaks to like at least $5. Just got to be patient on this stock. It'll come back. You know, we bought them. We had an average like $4.50. Sold them up around, I think, some around $7. It's starting to come back. We'll be patient. RSI is ridiculous on them at 78 right now. We'll be patient with them. AMD I like, especially when it was at $100. Right now, if you're looking to day trade it, I think you just got to keep in mind that I wouldn't worry about that 140 level. I'd be worried about this right here. Just be watching, looking for right here. If you're going to day trade this, this is the level that you need to see. Is it going to pull back eventually? Right back down to 134, 133, and then push back up. That's what I'd be looking for with AMD. What else we got over here? Microsoft is incredible. This is one of my favorite buys that I've made this year. It's in the YouTube portfolio. I didn't even put that much money in it. Let me see how much I have in the YouTube portfolio in Microsoft. I have it in my other accounts in a much lower cost basis. But for the channel's purpose, a $357 cost basis, we invested $3,700. We're up $1,500 on Microsoft. And that was all from this purchase in April, right down here, because of the tariff news. A 42% gain in 3 months, that's amazing. Normally, I'd be taking profits up here, but because I'm going to hold them in the YouTube portfolio long term, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to let it be and just appreciate that I had the kahunas to put some cash in there at the time of what I had, and up 40%, which is excellent. This stock, on the other hand, Tesla, is really disappointing me big time. This one, I think my Robinhood account, we got a cost basis of $322 right now. We're getting destroyed on these guys. $322, let me see here. We're down 8% on Tesla. So now we're going to go into earnings with Tesla, which is going to be very interesting. But if you do look at Tesla, what's interesting about it is it still kind of has this momentum right now. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect chart by any means. I mean, this stock is ridiculous. But you're not trading fundamentals. So this is the zone that we're trading in. If it can hold the 290 level, I'll feel a little more confident because we're kind of going like this. I want to see a move back up higher, though, like that. I want to see 400 by the end of the year. That would be nice. And then long term, I like Visa. Visa's a beautiful stock. This stock is a beast. But the stable coins is what's interesting. They're talking about the stable coins. It's going to take away the market share of Visa, blah, blah, blah. That's why in my Gemini account, if you follow as a YouTube member, you'll see, this is not Ethereum, I guess. I thought it was, sorry. If you're buying Ethereum, which I've been just dollar cost averaging into them, $100 every week. And I think Ethereum is going to be the next move. That's the play that I'm looking at. And I'm buying them long term, but I want to see a move back to 4,000. I want to see a 50% return. It's definitely possible, but with Ethereum and the stable coins, interesting play with that. All right, guys, I got to go. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Thank you so much for, just being here supporting. JWAP, just message me on the WAP. I'll, if I don't respond, it's because the phone's getting fixed and I had to leave it with Apple. But I could just do it right on the laptop, just so you know. All right, last stock, Finks. This is the Global X FinTech ETF. Let's see what this bad boy is. FinTech. Let me see what holdings we got in here. The FinTech holdings. Let me take this down for a second. Take this down. Here's your FinTech. FINX. You got Coinbase, Intuit, Fidelity, PayPal, Adyen, SoFi, Block, Toast. Interesting. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for supporting the stream.